Hi everyone, my name's Mia and I'm with Bangert Inc. Today I'm going to be showing you how to quickly import your project contract lines, or you might know it as your schedule of values. So this is needed in order to bill on your contract. So first off, if you were spun up on our golden image in our best practice template, you will have the import file already within your attachments. So we're going to go to Company, Setup, and Attachments. You'll have an attachment called something like Project Contract Line Import. So you can view this and download it. If you don't have this, please reach out to us through a help desk ticket so we can get you set up with our import templates. You do need to have admin access to view this, so you can also reach out to your admin too. All right, so let's get into our contract page. So we're going to go to projects, or you might see jobs here depending on your setup. We'll go to project contracts, and I have a job here that I just recently set up. And now I'm ready to enter my schedule of values so I can start billing on this. I'm going to be billing just a standard AIA, so I'd like to import my lines. You might be manually doing it, but if you have many lines, you might want to utilize an import. All right, so let me pull that up for you. Okay, here we go. We have some notes here for you to follow. Any line with a pound sign will not be imported, so row 3 will not be imported. And there is some information here within this cell. So it's saying this is your project contract ID. So I entered my project contract ID in this cell. Cell C is your project contract line ID. So this is how many lines you're going to have on your SOV. I've got 35. So however many lines you have, you need to make sure column B and so on also matches. So if I had 40 lines, I'm going to need to have 40 lines for every other cell. One thing to note is you do want to use a leading 0. So I can't just do 0, 1 like that. What I like to do is I like to change this whole column to text. And now I could enter 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, and so on. If you don't do this, your lines will not be in the correct order on your SOV. So up until 10, you'll need to have a leading 0 here. If I were to import it without it, it would not be in order on my schedule of values. If you ever get a weird date in using these imports, you can change those columns to text too. That usually works. Just a little trick. So column D is going to be the name of my line. Your project ID is going to be the project ID. That might be the same as your contract, so you can put an equals here. Column F is your item ID. So this, if you're following our best practice, it will be contract item in your instance. We've got some notes here whether or not they're required. Column J is your contract line date. So this has to be either the day of or after you've entered your contract. So if my contract was entered on 3/3/26, I couldn't import this estimate on 3/2 because my contract started on 3/3. Column K will be your GL account ID. If you're following our best practice, this will be your construction income account. So it is usually this for all of your project contract lines. Column L is your retainage. Column is whether or not the line is billable. So it is billable. I need to bill on this. Column P is going to be your billing type. So you've got an option between progress and T&M. This is going to be AIA, so it's a progress line. Many times, if you're using these import files, it will always be the same. Like, for example, column M will always be true. If I'm doing a lot of AIA type projects, column P might always be progress. Column Q is your billing amount. So if you're going to be given a price of a line and you might have change orders down the road, you're going to want to use total revised price. You can also do a specified amount or no max if you can go over it. If it's AIA, it's typically going to be total revised price. Department ID is your department. It's required if you're using departments. In my scenario, I am. So let's go into the contract. Select my project. So you can drill into all of this. And you'll see here, department is required. Anything after these double dashes you don't need, but it needs to match exactly. It has to all be in caps in my scenario. Same with the customer too. It has to match exactly. Nothing after these double digits need to be entered. Double digits do not work in these import files. You'll get an error. Okay. The next column is the entry type. So this is an original line. You've got the option between revisions, but it's usually going to be original. The next column is asking for my project ID again. So I might want to link this to my project ID here, just to make it easier on myself. And then I could always use this template. So they'll always be linked together. Column BK is your entry item ID. So you can have column BK equal F if you'd like. Column BL is the price of my line. So I have that entered here. Column BM is the price effective date. So I'm using the date of my contract line date. This cannot be before your contract date. It's got to either be day of or after. Column BN is my department ID. I'll have that equal BF. And column BO is the customer ID. Okay. So we will save this. We'll make sure to save it. I'm going to save the Excel workbook, and then I will need to save it as a CSV file to import. All of the import files need to be saved as CSV files. All right, so now we are ready to import. Okay, so you're going to go to your project contract screen, and you don't need to search your project or anything, but to import the project contract lines, you'll select Import Project Contract Lines. And this is how you can download your template, but I recommend using our best practice template. So right here, I'm going to choose the file I was just working through. You don't need to update the date format, the file encoding, or the value here. Do not select process offline. You usually select this if you're importing a lot of data, and then make sure it's going to your correct email. So if there is an error, you'll get notified. It might take a minute. If there was an error within this file, it'd probably notify me immediately. So this is a good sign. All right. Now if I click on my lines for this contract, they are all right here. And you see how they're in order. If I didn't have this leading 0 up until 10, this would all be out of order. So this is a quick way to import a large schedule of values for your contract instead of manually adding it. Thanks for watching. Please reach out if you need our best practice template for this or if you have any questions on imports.